Welcome back to the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Southeast Termite and Pest Control. The fall invaders are coming. Stink bugs, ladybugs, box elder bugs. Right about now, they are all looking for a spot in your home to spend their winter. Get the fall invader treatment from Southeast Termite and Pest Control. These guys have been my pest control folks for years. Much easier to get a preventative treatment in the front than it is to try and kill these flying insects later on. Once they're already in your house and fluttering around, then it's a real pain. Get the treatment first, keep them out of your house. Fall invaders. Call Southeast Termite and Pest Control this week. Check them out online. Ask about their fall invader treatment. All right. I was just noticing in between segments here, we have a lot of stuff. We always have a lot of stuff in our show, but you're not going to find a show that's got as many different people moving in and out. And we're two guys down today and covering as many topics as we are covering today.
Next man up.
You guys are fantastic. After Thursday's game, Josh Heupel scoffed at the idea that he would ever lift Joe Milton. And I don't blame him for not wanting to start a controversy, especially as Tennessee. We've seen enough of that quarterback controversy. And by sticking with Milton, he gave him more live game reps, got the touchdown late, may have added some confidence, et cetera, et cetera. But do you think he should have played Hooker more, played Bailey some? Should he have gone to one of those two guys? You hang on, I'm going to get these guys to answer that one.
No, I think you have picked Milton. This is a guy that hasn't been running your system. This isn't a guy that went through spring practice either. He came in the summer, and so I think every rep he can get could help him. And you alluded to it. I don't think you want to start a controversy either, but I think you want to get Milton as many snaps as you can. And by the way, he was struggling at times too, and I think you were trying to keep him in there to help him with that as well. I would not have changed.
Chuck?
I tell you what, I think it's getting close to where you got to look. If your quarterback is struggling and you're behind and you feel like you need a spark, then I can see turning to somebody to see if they can do that. To me, it depends on the struggles and into the game mentally. But with the transfer portal now, I think you have to be very careful about how you handle this and still give somebody's earning their shot in practice. I think they still should get a chance at a game.
I was kind of waiting these last couple of days to see if there was going to be a tweet from the Harrison Bailey family about entering the portal since he didn't get in there the other night. Will, now I'll ask you and everybody else can jump in here. All right, we're in the Pitt game. Let's say you get to halftime, passing game looks about like it did in game one. How bad does it have to get? How long do you have to go before you say, okay, we're going to have to see what else we got? Or does Milton get another entire game? If you're the coach.
I think it gets another entire game because what I think you're looking at is I'm in year one as a coach, and so I'm not really playing as this year's my year. I'm playing for how do I build this guy up, and he's got a number of years of eligibility after this. So if I can get him through this, I've got something. And so I think that you look at it this way and you say, I'm going to go after this guy and I'm going to try to make him my guy because I think he's got the tools and I think I can get him there. And so I think that's what you're going to look at right here is that they're going to take this game and say, it's yours, and we're going to ride you to this until, there's absolutely no chance we can use you.
Okay. Jimmy, what are you doing? You sticking with him the entire Pitt game?
I am. I'm going to stay with him.
Chuck's on an island.
Let me qualify this. I'm on Cavaliers' question. If he throws 3 interceptions in the third quarter, you're gone. But save for that, that's the guy I want to go with, and I don't want to destroy his confidence. I think Tennessee did that with Garantano by jerking him in and out of the lineup. I wouldn't do that with Milton unless he forced my hand by having just an awful game.
And see, it's really a situation, guys, that you have winning qualities in all three of these guys, but you also, for every plus, there seems to be a minus in that same category, doesn't there? You wish you could just roll it all into one and have that one guy. Hooker, you would wish maybe you could put something in short yardage, but Milton is probably better than anyone else at doing that. So I don't know. I mean, to me, it's a balancing act.
I'm a big fan of accurate quarterbacks, so I would like to see what Bailey could do in this system. But maybe he gets in there and would show, oh, that's why. And then, but I just, if he completed a couple of 40-yard bombs in the spring game. That's enough to stretch the field. The idea, well, his arm isn't strong enough. If he can throw a 40-yard pass and complete it, that's plenty strong enough. You're not going to throw it 60 yards 5 times a game,
It doesn't do you any good to throw a 70-yard pass and you overthrow the guy by 10 yards.
as we saw the other night.
And let's don't forget, guys, what Tennessee Tech is coming up after Pitt. To me, that's when you would certainly look at giving somebody at least a chance to get on the field.
Okay. I think it's a very good point, though, that you have a guy with all the tools, which coaches, everybody falls in love with the tools, sometimes to their own detriment. But if you've got a guy with all the tools and you're sitting there saying, I could have him for at least another year, maybe 2 more years doing this, that makes sense to try and give him as much of a launching pad as you can give him. Okay, when we come back, which of Tennessee's lines played better, offense or defense? And was I the only one am I the only one who now feels like with this style of offense, every play is 10 times more important than it has been in the past? Maybe it's just me freaking out. We'll discuss that next. Come on back.
Not always what you want to hear, but exactly what you need to hear. This is the Sports Source.